Lesson 4, topic, multiply and divide fractions. Learning target, I can multiply and divide fractions. Just a refresher of our key vocab words. Simplest form is a fraction where the numerator and denominator are as small as possible. So we can rewrite 2/4 as 1/2 because 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 4 divided by 2 is 2. And these make equivalent fractions because they're fractions that represent the same value but look different. So remember, they cover the same amount. That was a candy bar, you get the same amount of candy, but the fractions just look different. And then our different types of fractions, we have proper fractions. Remember, that's when the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So 3/5 or 2/3 or 1/7. Those will all be proper fractions. And then an improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is greater than the denominator. So 9/5 or 12/7. That would also be an improper fraction. And then remember, improper fractions can be changed into mixed numbers, and mixed numbers are whole numbers and a proper fraction. So we have the whole number 2 with a proper fraction. So we say that 2 and 1/3 is how we say that word, that fraction. Oh, if you need a multiplication table as you go through, you are free to use one, but we are going to multiply fractions. And to multiply fractions, we just multiply the numerators and then we multiply the denominators. So what is 7 times 2? Well, 7 times 2 is 14. You see, 7 times 2. And then we do 8 times 3. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. Now, we're not done because we have to ask, can we simplify it? Is there a number that goes into both 14 and 24? And the answer is yes. They're both even numbers, so we can divide both of them by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. So if you give me 14/24, you're not wrong, but if we want it fully simplified, we would ask for 7/12. So that's why we talked about simplifying fractions first, because we usually like to give our answer in that most simplest form. Let's do another practice problem. We've got multiplying fractions, 6/11 times 4/6. So remember, we multiply our numerators. So we do 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. And then we're going to multiply our denominators. And that's 11 times 6. 11 times 6 is 66. So now again, we do have to ask, can we simplify it? Well, 24/66 is one answer that we can give. We also can simplify it and give a smaller representation. So we need a number that goes into both 24 and 66. And I mean, they are both divisible by 2, but they also have another number in common, which is 6. So remember, you can list out those factors. So 24, our factors of 24 are 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And then our factors of 66 are 1 times 66, 2 times 33, 3 times 22, 6 times 11. And then remember, we find the ones they have in common. And they have in common 1, 2, 3, and 6. And then that largest one is 6. So we would divide our top number and our bottom number by 6. So 24 divided by 6 is 4, and 66 divided by 6 is 11. So our simplest fraction would be 4 over 11. All right, now let's talk dividing fractions. So in order to divide fractions, we need to rewrite as multiplication. So to do this as a division problem, we have 66 over 11 divided by 4 over 6. To rewrite it as a multiplication problem, you keep the first fraction. So you see 6 over 11, 6 over 11. Change the division to multiplication. And then we flip the second fraction. So the denominator becomes the numerator and the numerator becomes the denominator. So just do a little flip-flop. And then we multiply like normal. So this becomes our problem that we need to solve. So we multiply our top numbers. What's 6 times 6? Well, that's 36. 11 times 4? That's 44. And again, we have to ask ourselves, can we simplify it? 36 and 44, they have the common factor of 4. So 36 divided by 4, 44 divided by 4, and we get 9 over 11. One last example for you guys. Again, dividing fractions, we have to start by rewriting it as multiplication. So to do that, we keep the first fraction. So 1/3 is going to stay. Change your division to multiplication. And then 13 over 9, remember we flipped that last fraction, so it becomes 9 over 13. 1 times 9 is 9. 3 times 13 is 39. And that last question, can we simplify it? 9 over 39, they're both divisible by 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 39 divided by 3 is 13. That's all the notes I have for you today. Thank you for watching this video, and go ahead and begin your practice.